a way of dressing according to how our weather is, and also assessment because no, we are living under the sun. No, Osha sun no senia ebo hana. Now we live, you know, when you look at vibration, the clothes that we wear, they have vibrations in them, and they have frequencies. So when you don't wear something which is according to your body frequency, it means they are bro. How we should wear our things and how we should go by.
Which was what?
One, to say you don't blend, to say lining, and then you blend lining with that of wool. So I blend this animal, you see, because when you blend lining and wool, now you cause radiation.
It releases.
Exactly. Radiation is normally you attract those things onto your body, which can even cause body rashes and those stuff. So your third is assessor.
You are watching the biggest, the largest, the highest, the greatest, the tallest, and the mightiest African spiritual platform. I'm always Queen Hadasha. Call me Empress Makida. I'm Labraska, the Sun Goddess. Call me the Spear of Destiny. I am the world star number 8. Call me the Woman of Peace. Call me Nabole Gaia. In fact, call me anything. You can call me the nicest old woman. Me man Crown Chakra bi akwa ba na ebe discuss no one a flood no ene ne ark no e allegory and I say ye historical and I to say ye symbolic and what is it about and then no ye ba be take no in totos ne amamu bibia about it into no we are going to learn about the Noah's Ark, whether it concerns human beings, whether it's genetics, whether it's zodiac, whether it's whatever. Enumu nende ye be kone ya hwede a ewom ti no ye ma ye guest ni introduce ni enhwe baby a ofiri ne baby obefa asem no afiri e de aba papa ye mo akwa aba kese pa
yeah na
great. And then the first time I was this biggest platform is so ahobrase mu na introduce wo ho e kire your viewers no they are very important na afei so maye hu nipa ko a oye na uwie a dofo ba ko mienu bi wo ha person de nchi ama mo no so akwanya e wo ho.
Yo, Pastor, your friend me Emmanuel Sarpong. Me den chia ekoma ofa ya opoku dankwa ene Israel nkroma. Me am me HR practitioner. At the same time a researcher. I research into everything in science, numerology, and all dimensions of knowledge via me siki. Ene me da say one mama kwenya say me so me be che me nim die. Inti me buy na say nimdie ekuta me about the Noah's Ark and the flood no eno ntina me buy me da say
you what da say ya dia tumba when chi ahwefo no very very important
no correct we dey yes say sankofa yenchi me chia ahwefo ene atiefo nyina wo hwe revelation programming because nyame nhira mu nyina
yo pia ya mo akwa abakese pa
yeah
abusia ya guest ni inti no tell us ade aye betie nende what my young say fapima now basis your research exactly. Is that correct?
No, correct.
But do you belong to any faith or any belief?
Okay, I'm not a member of any faith, but I belong to a movement.
A movement?
Yes, it's
can
a
you
movement.
mention them more?
It's a Free the Mind movement.
Free the Mind?
Yeah, Free the
movement.
Mind.
Who is
exactly.
your leader?
Our leader is Yao Opoku Dankwa.
And what is your agenda? What is your destination?
Okay, we preach or we say or we talk about the African spirituality as well, and also we talk about Hebrewism. Yeah, so that's about our context and everything.
So where is your destination?
Our destination.
What do you intend to achieve as a movement?
To take African people back to their root. Which is you know, we've lost our path as black people.
Which is
inti yebe say ye African spirituality in back. That's
what is African spirituality?
The African spirituality is about the ancestors, as in our way of life, how we eat, how we speak, how we do everything, which is our culture. Back. So that's okay. You free first thing first, because you say Bibia will root. If we ask everything has a root. Until we are taking it from the root. As in, where are we from? Black people. en fa na ye fi ansa na ye ba ha ana se ye bedua ha nti ye hwe ye root a na ye call your root back in the ages a ye be hu say black people we have an origin, you know, in the ancient Egyptian time. You know that we were all living there as one people, and we are living in a spiritual way, our spiritual way of life, our eating, how we socialize and everything. It's our time now, not near money, okay. But now if you look at our time now, our way of life have changed totally. Our main purpose of Feed the Mind is to bring back the African spirituality and bring back the strength and the bond that we had between each and one another. Nearby.
Okay, into more fair free Egypt, Abreso Namudiaba.
And the Hebrew
Namudiaba
migration, yeah.
Namudiaba back into DNA and best some more the babaka. A DNA bet to me assassin like currently. A DNA who changes Ben ye be who then a move through away.
Good.
Send Africa better in home.
Yes, one African people or the black people will be enlightened. One, they will know who they are. One, then they will know what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do.
Which is what?
One, okay, the kind of Osha bibinia. One, the way we eat our food, how we eat, and we eat even according to the time and the order of the sun. So we just say area a bono unsia, your time ye did. As a bono unsia, I was so did before nunsia. Until say, Usha bibinia, isn't say a reality. Yeah, we determine everything on this earth. Sorry, everything that we do on this earth is by the sun. Into one, the way we eat. Two, how we speak, our language. Even we have lost our heritage as in language. The ayeka, well, kasa ayeka to me, but and also yayera that point. See, this in some kasa how we speak, how we say things and how we are not supposed to do it and how we do, even the declare symbol as one. The last time I watched your video and you were expressing those things, it was very interesting. Like the declare symbol, we have made the way. Because we have declare symbol, no class, we don't teach in schools. But we share symbols now, they speak about our spirituality, who we are. It connects us to who we are and the universe. We share our entire understanding of the black people and their culture and how we've missed the way up. Yeah, you're building things together and bringing them back. You
still didn't answer my questions. What are the things we see Adriane?
Yeah.
But Adriane now say na ye di Adriane ya di entini ye di answer no
Exactly. Yeah.
Ekurasi ana nkraha na where are you referring to? Ekurasi ana nkraha ana bibi man nyina.
Okay, na yet the entire black people.
No mu di answer wiato.
Yeah,
since when? And before mu kwa afuom.
Yeah.
No mu bedu anadwo 10 kra na afi na bi di abasi so be ya abenkwan awo fufuo no asem na wo kan does it rhyme.
The me person me can say fine, the daily activities and man's activities can also influence how we eat. They said they are ya. You bet me as you did because of one I want to meet the order of the sun, that's a bobo no siana on the way. But that doesn't take you away from not eating before the sun set. But a condition can change as well. The condition is not say baby says now the year. There's a way that you can eat to suit your system so that your system will not damage or go into what they call distraction.
How?
Into the interest to say abonunsia but undi. Now what are you supposed to eat? Now you have to reduce the kind of food, the carbohydrate content that you have to eat. You reduce it and you take more of herbs than to take more of carbohydrate, because when you take carbohydrate, it sits on your belly and even it will have effect on your mind. You can't even think, or when you sleep, you don't have good dreams. So that's how it is.
That's why I'm asking you if it is a kurasi ana enkranha. You see, I asked you that question because our ancestors were eating fufu, any apesi, mankani apesi, any idea.
Exactly.
They were eating it at 12 and they were still healthy because when you eat the thing and your carbohydrate and your sugar level goes up, in the morning, they were walking like 12 miles, 10 miles to their farmland.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
So they needed that energy or that fuel to drive the body to the farm.
Exactly.
So they were not having issues. So if you make an issue out of that omo bedi so omo share the omundi no mundi helps. That's why I'm asking whether it's only Accra or the entire black nation.
Oh,
black
okay.
nation will eat anything because they have a way of burning it. And upon konum tea or sorry anapa we sim or burn sa energy ni carbohydrate ni na because you need that as an energy to drive the mechanism. So you are not making any case here. But you is okay. Let's go to where you want to get into your topic. You don't want to do randoms. You are coming to talk about how the flood connects with Africans and everything. So we should be able to know your grounds when it comes to African. And you were saying African spirituality. What is African spirituality?
Okay, what you say as African spirituality has to do with one, even our language that we speak is part of our spirituality. If you take the language out.
Which language is that?
Okay, because I'm a Ghanaian, let me use our Akan language. Yes. If you look at our Akan language that we speak, you know, now even the language we speak, the content or the context of the language, we've lost it. Like the last time I watched your video about one of the Dikra symbol, which we make reference to it, that you are even expressing your pain, why it is called Kremobone, my Kremo Papa. I was like, oh, wow. But the truth is not Kremo.
What is it?
It's a creme or kra because they intertwine of souls. Until your creme bonnet, I'm a young crab papa, until your two souls intertwine together. Until then, cremo. But exactly. It's because, you see, let me tell you, when we talk about language and phonetics, now, with time, the more we speak the language, sometimes the phonetics within the language changes sometimes. So, when I say, onanani ebe framua, that's what person count kasa, or twisting on a one we a generation, we will also use the same language. Internet, I think you have creme, cremu, boneno, I'm a young cremu papa. And internet intertwine or so, and I'll connect it to the DNA. I was watching it now. It was a very interesting thing that I watched. Yes, inti ushe kasano kwa yaira kasano. That's the first thing. And now ufa kasane to nchen kwa na won't say yeba a way of dressing according to how our weather is, and also what's the sun because no we are living under the sun. No, ushe sun no senia ebo hana. Now we live. You know, when you look at vibration, the clothes that we wear, they have vibrations in them and they have frequencies. So when you don't wear something which is according to your body frequency, it means they are bro. How we should wear our things and how we should go by.
Which was what? One,
to say you don't blend, to say lining, and then you blend lining with that of wool. So I blend this animal, you see, because when you blend lining and wool, now you cause radiation.
It releases.
Exactly. Radiation is normally you attract those things onto your body, which can even cause body rashes and those stuff. So, your third share assassin.
Inti enye chokoto ne sawa ne haban no na assassin. And what are you saying? Make it straight there.
Yeah, no assassin. That's what I want to
do. The enkwasha haban ni chokoto no kotoku ni.
No, anya haban ni sizi and modernization nyema akonanim.
So what is your case right now? So what is your case?
Enyema akonanim no. Nyema akonanim. All right. But one thing I know is that nyema akonanim no. You know, every technology or let's say advancement biano is an addition to an old thing. If it's an addition, you don't change the thing totally.
So that's what we want. We want you to tell us how we should go.
Okay.
And I am cover man in Frause and go
no,
back.
You shouldn't do that.
Chokoto and Fahuma and Yam Pam Dross in see hapo. Yambo Kobokola. So tell us who change free our way.
We should embrace our African way.
Which is
if you are wearing wool, the wool should be wool. Shouldn't be blending the wool with the lining and putting on your body.
Can you tell me from Kente
to
the African print we are wearing now?
Yeah.
Which ones na the origin if Ghana? Tell me which ones.
Kente.
Ne origin fi Africa. Maminya ne broad. Tell us from Kente to Ntoma African print the ATM was a GTP. Tell me all of them.
Yeah.
Tell me which one na the origin. African. Just say dear omode ye Ntoma no. Tell me. They are in fi Africa ha.
Okay, it's true that the prints are not from here, like fine. It's true that we know, one thing is that, you see, the material that we use, and as a raw material, not use, you know, we have them here though, but modern time, like the black people as we are now, say, there have been a total change. But black people now, they were the makers. They were designing their own clothes. They were having their own technology and everything. But in our days, I understand that.
I am not disputing that fact. Meaning, say no more tete asawa. No more the year. Ne diakra omu wo du omu to me bro. Enye homa ne ade wom. Omu nya ensuo e de yom tie and die. I know all this, but what I'm asking you, you want to change us and bring us back. Great vision. So two things depend on me bisa wo eduane de na answer. Say ya ban toma de na mi bisa wo no say toma no ahoma no mo de ye kente in chemicals mo de ye African print so say enko African we ntina mi bisa wo ni nya de ya ntina de na wo change free ha ko make us understand there, bro.
So okay, first thing first, I think we should by changing it, the first thing we have to do is changing our mindset first. Changing our mindset so that I know we have factories and industries here who are also, though we know that we don't have the material. Now, most of the things, the fabrics that we have is from far away. But we have some of the factories that are also producing here.
Which, name two. Oh, the one that you feel they are making raw materials here. Give me one, just one company.
Okay, for the raw materials, we don't have them here, that's true.
You said we have.
But the factory we are talking about.
Which factory? Name them.
Okay, let's say ATL and those are doing their...
When was the last time you visited these places? ATL. When was the last time? So you don't know what's going on there. So don't brag it with yourself.
Okay.
You are watching the biggest and the... I'm not saying I don't believe in us.
No. Yeah.
I do believe in us.
Yeah.
But I want us to make a case.
Exactly.
If somebody is sitting somewhere watching us, or me will be friend, me say me from strategy in for Africa 5 years, you will be shocked.
Okay.
Me catch that will say, ye koye ATM ntomana. Minim say ye di webo we ma ye be raw materials. Ye di webo we ma ye be ye color. Me colors. My word,
okay.
Into who can say ana many aji, but when say you are make obi share your nanka.
Exactly.
Ebe moving nanka. What my lose. Anyways, that's a great vision. I believe in us. I know we will do it. I believe it in us. Pa ebusia, mama me fa random so no NC hanom na yen kwa the topic nimu because the topic is equally important. Brofo nkwa na ote ya wo kan bibita otwi kura na wo kan brofo. Wo di afra he. Wo start sa wo kasa twi ahe na waka. Nso wahu. The flood and Noah's Ark, the topic, So I want you to define what flood is. The flood you are coming to talk about.
Okay.
And then you tell us about Noah's Ark. Okay. Educate us on these two words.
Okay.
And then the key words.
Exactly.
Then when you are done, then you take us through the whole topic.
Okay. Fine. So, that's it. Seka flood, as we know, our physical realm yeka flood yeka say insuyiri. Good. Na kasa yeka insuyiri. Kasa ben twi kasa. Na yeka suwa. Twi mu yeka say suwa. It's about the human character, human trait. Good. Inti yeka say insuyiri obe fan say brofo kasa mu no be kasa flood. Bruni na efa kasa na obe kasa flood. But yen kasa mu yen kasa flood. Ye can about the human trait, transforming of the human trait. Until the flood was a code for the transformation or the genetic transformation of the trait, but not the flood as a physical flood. So I keep on saying that in the days of Noah there was no physical flood that came to take over the entire earth. Yes. Until that flood I'm talking about is a symbolic code, but not a physical flood. Now, you also me about ark. Yaka arka. Tree no kana adaka. I say Noah pam adaka. Inti pam adaka. Inti I know say pam adaka. Now the word and the kasa etymologically and as I can for kasa, we share the origin of the word that it has its root, some part of it from Kemet. Into here the word adaka. The word ka means so. Into the kasa adaka and ada means to dwell. So the dwelling place. So adaka means the dwelling place of the soul. And where is the dwelling place of the soul? Your DNA, your soul is living in your DNA. And so when we talk about adaka, meaning the dwelling place of the soul, into meka aka, the ark has nothing to do with any physical box which was designed by Noah. But it was talking about the spiritual box which is within you, which is your body. You know, your whole body, if you look at the structure of the body, is an ark. But people don't know the body is an ark. Our body is the ark And it's everything within the body connects to the ark we are talking about. Because ark, as already said, is adaka. Adaka, ka means soul, and ada means the dwelling place. So where your soul lives is your adaka. And so that's the meaning of the ark, but not ark as in broni be canon. And a flood as in the onoso be canon. You can flood that. You wouldn't say flood near in sue be iri nipa. No. In ye in sue I be iri nipa. But Yamaya Tia say in su yiri bisi na esi ye no nipa was asinsu nyina ya pepa wom there be. And I can no one kwa yes anete. But it's a code.
Oh, it's a code.
Yeah.
It's a code. The flood and Noah's Ark is your topic. So exactly. What defining am I? So combined the two together. Good. Your topic and take us through.
Yes. Me the fee baby. The kind you can Genesis a kasa. Into me no me study etymology. Etymology the origin of voice. Answer na be hu asembia ne fapeme wo mu no. E so kohwe na origin, the root word. Na you heard Genesis the word Genesis is Genesis. It's gene and the cis in the word is the genetics of the word. So it's Genesis. So a gene e wo ho. Na cis na count in science when we use the word cis we are talking about the bond or bringing things together. So when they're talking about genesis, we are talking about the bond between genes. Good. Now, so but the word is your consciousness. If you want to inti no more kasa omoka na emuodu but see because of kasa na eguso aye ka no ye tekra na adane no because sound frequency na wa asem no no asa because efintiasem in the beginning na ye ka no efintiasem from here your mindset inti nanom wo adwene bi a no mo de mo mbra ansana ye behu die ehu inti genetics na medical etymology I explaining now word no and as asem a ye be kan wasem wo Genesis 6. Now first of all Maame using numerology so nka bibi kakra. Numbers and words were designed by our ancestors, the ancient black people. The number 6 is the number of man. 6 is the number of man. I did not make us now share the biological makeup of a baby or a fetus in the womb. When you look at the fetus in the womb, and as I share akola or die fumwa or calling a home in this way, into the human spine and the brain is like a 6. Into a planet that you form are forming to say 6 and of them. Into your cast 6 is the number of man. Into 6 is the number of man. Okay, Bible now say na nipa air doors no. Into talking about population increase. Nipa air doors no. Na I say Nyangopon ma any nipa mama ebeshia. That thing is also a code. And yes, Ishiana Mbeshia had nothing to do with physical sexual intercourse. No. But that thing was the meeting of minds. Medical can say infinity, any of the consciousness. There was a meeting of minds. What I say meeting of minds? Because Advenia Abishiem. We share the sons of God. Sons of God is a code because we share the word son. It has connection with sun. Now, the sons of God is the soul of man. Because when we say sun in Greek is solar. And solar means sunlight. In Tibuka sun, you are talking about the soul of man. Then when you talk about daughters of man, you know every human being on earth has the flesh of the mother. So you are a mother. So we don't say daughter. We are referring to daughter is referring to your body, which is the flesh of man. Into you say two things even married together. That's the sons of God and the daughters of men married together. It has to do with not physical marriage, but it has to do with
soul
genetic
and the body.
Exactly, intertwined together. Yes. Into titino, you see and say genetic transfusion and other genetic transmutation because not yes son. You start say alter people DNA, the black people their DNA were altered into Emma one abosu SSI. Senior black people, their genes or the genome were changed, were transformed into a transformation. It changed everything about them, leading to the flood, leading to the destruction. Now, Maame Kasembi, there's a word that we keep on saying, God. The word God is not the name of a person, but God is a code. God is a code. The G in God is generative, the generative force of the universe. And the O in God is the operative. And the D is the degenerative. In Tiuka say God, the God is the genetics of the entire embodiment of nature. And the G is the O is the operative force operating all nature. The D the degenerative force that operates in all nature. Until here are there, one say seed, it take it with the generation. Now, throughout the generation, it starts operating. That's it, having the branches and those stuff. Now, it do baby, it degenerates. Just say, and one then, into Sana Yango tie. Into your cousin Yango Pomma, any the daughters of men. It has nothing to do with physical people having sexual intercourse or having what they call it, a copulation or let's say something like that. So it's only like that. Into na Yamaya tia say physically no Yango Pom maybe if you throw ABC from Bass as any there be something like that. But it had nothing to do, it has something to do with, you see, when you look at the cosmic, like as we all know, if you look at the cosmic realm, do you know the human as we are, we migrate from space. Because our souls are light, that sparkles from the space. And I said, Obani Bema, Asian, that time now having more, even having the sexual intercourse. There's a light that sparkles and then come to possess the man on earth. And I said, possess the woman on earth.
More creative path, into be descending.
Exactly. Inti share idea na kasa about the whole thing about Noah now. And yet connection being about any physical flood that happened. They had no connection. Inti share okay Bible now say that Noah had favor in the eyes of God. What's the eyes of God? Now do you know the eye of God is the pioneer? Nyamupo anywhere is your pioneer. And your pioneer controls the movement of light through this cosmic realm. Your pioneer on the control everything. In this is no when but it had not to do with that. But it has something to do with the cosmic forces that we invoke when we are transforming the, let's say we are creating, because when you look at genetics, it has to do with creation. Yes. Inti creative as in creation, genetic alterations nearby now. Through this DNA alteration, GMOs, and then those stuff happen in those days, no? Then everything about human changes. The way we eat, when we eat food that will kill us. Our food were altered, so we eat, we die. In all kind of, I say, what do you call it? That day, their days and everything that they were doing were corrupt. Yes, their food were corrupt. Their doings were corrupt, their thoughts were corrupt, everything about them became corrupt. Because when I do any everything genetically, biological makeup was changed until they can't now connect even with the nature that they are living it. Until a basano na ama say distraction be everba. Distraction everba no nyen nyankopon a boss no asase no so be say obese we ase no there be.
I say wa hu obese hu.
Exactly, that's how the whole thing is. Until yen ankasa niam na ye no e destroy yen, because my dear say you can't God that. If you want to understand God, you should know that the G is degenerative, the O is operating, the D is degenerative or the destructive part of God, and it is in you. Until when you say sawa super, then everything about you become destructive, and which is the flood. And I say nowhere there or no pe nipa he was righteous. Now the first thing, the thing I will say is that the word Noah is not, it's also a name and it has its meaning. We have a word called aura. Aura means what? Light. If you study etymology, you will know that aura means light. Now you can't know aura. The word is no aura, not Noah. But I said, sorry, bro, for now I'm translating. Almost different tongue, but they call myself. And Nora means seed of light. So he was the only seed on any bar na or that time. Or was a hino into an open and near my air castle. No, who said no. This is what is going on. This is the distraction. So I have to create the ark, a dark canoe, a dwelling place for the new soul. so that the entire genome of the human at that time will not be altered into occurred the ark. Now, you can't story now, boom say, sorry, bet you say, and you might be bringing a course, so you saw of and we be near the, and it's a long story, but I will hint on Adaka no Apam. Now, mention the do you know when you take box? A box is a cuboid. Who study geometry? You tell every box is a cuboid. Cuboid, how many faces has a cuboid? 6. Now, into Genesis 6. The human body, when you split the human body and you look at it, you get 6 components of the human body. And so the entire embodiment of the act was talking about the human. The body and how the embodiment of nature, the embodiment of human. Into Osha, which I say, afe no, Onyankopon ekache Noah say, medi nsu yiri. Nyankopon bia ni Noah ankasa say medi nsu yiri ba. But you see, God Noah is having the light. He is the enlightened person until he has that.
You know what was coming from the area.
Exactly. Oni bibia ebe koso. Until the ebe nyanu ehu. Until eno ye adaka creating. I say ordinary ma ene ne mayere no ene ono ne yere pe. Now share ade na nkasa. Obo say no say another code. Generation na. Yes. Into here no say another code. Number 8 ene come. Now let me hint on the number 8. The number 8. If you look at the sign or the symbolism of number 8, it has something to do with as it was in the past, so it will be in the future. Ouroboros. Exactly. And now here God and God, if you do numerology, when you add the numbers of God, you add together, you get God. You get 8. And even when in Hebrew, when you use the name, the tetragrammaton, the Yod He Vav He, when you add everything together, you get 8. And now 8 and Gasanofian Bosua. 8 is a covenant. It's like two things intertwined together. Exactly. Into Ushe, the whole thing about the flood. To kaya bedu baby. After say if I'm mwano eko aknimu, chichebimu mienu, ebi nko mienu, ebi anko mienu, ebi wama afa clean animals, unclean animals. All this has connection with the embodiment of nature. Had nothing to do with say emwano. Now how can it be possible? Say emwana and a free baby no mo besha adakanim. No. But to call baby, I bet you say, hey, and then Yankopon dey to me there so. You be glad to me believe it say yes sperms. Until would you nko hopo? Would you can would you? Exactly. The can also yes. Can would you? Yes, what you are saying too is true. Yeah. It's true. Would you can would you? Exactly. Into we share Noah, Cecilia and saying so you know Genesis 7 now. I feel so you didn't neighbor. Now, we share in Surina Eba now. I say, Ebeteki 40 days, 40 nights. We share Sarpong as well. 40 days, 40 nights. When you add 40s together, you get 80. That's 8. They intertwine again. To 40 days, 40 nights. 40 days, 40 nights. Akwala da yefuma. All this seed nearby into me, no better. Into akwala da yefuma, take how many? 40 weeks. Into 9 months, but 40 weeks. Into 40 weeks, no, a day in 9 to into the whole story about Noah's Ark, the flood and everything. After your cock could do 80 now, or say after insulino actually no. But so be a dakano. Now obi a dakano or suma and my be or adakanimo. Yes, it was my raven as a quando be. And also was asuma a boy be a friend dove. Now Ocean Ravina. Question me be Simon said, no. It is a Adaka pa and also my Ravina. Okay, fine. Adaka kakraka to say, and the dim one in Kugumu, Jata womb, we Inti Bibin Koso, my way, Ubi feed will be an. This is the question I ask myself. Inti that thing there, the raven there is symbolic. It's not a physical raven. The raven, I can't want someone. Crow, Titino. Some of the raven kasa, some of the nature na kasa. You can raven is a animal where you're very adaptable. Because you're adaptable to meet any weather condition. Be inti, ana was I sociable. Inti see kasa a raven. A raven was sent after the flood. It has nothing to do with a physical raven being sent to the earth. na yɛse na ensuo no akata abepɔ so eni nnua so bepɔ yɛka bepɔ a you know your mind your brain is a mountain nti yɛn nana no nom ka sɛ abrante ni timu abɔ abew ni tu abɔ bew e ka so bi timu abɔ bew a good na sɛ yɛ the mountain ni gyina oma adwene no nti yɛse sɛ nsuyi ni ɛtra mepɔ de a there is telling you say there was certain medical and genetic moderation and say transmutation in course no it takes over the mindset of the entire people. It said now we know that things are happening. Now we are changing scientifically people's genome are changed because of the invention of these GMOs and some of these dangerous food that we don't know. We are eating a lot of food and we are not able to idea alternate genes because the rise of the new civilization, a revolution. So because of the food revolution, no waste time, no. There was a food revolution. Transforming the human genome because the more you eat those food, you become transformed. Your mind will be taken over. Into another man, you say in Sony yiri fa adwene no. Into you say yiri fa edua kese. On say the dua nso jama nipa. Into because yiri fa edua kese there, then we are referring to the highest people or the let's say nipa kese a na wo that time. Into
You are watching the biggest and the largest. Mamimbu ni short o ma na to so that your time no end say.
Okay.
Almost say ensuo ne bekata asase no so nyina na fa ndua ekata mbepo nyina so.
Exactly.
In simply put, black man was lifted from its original land and as original what do we call it? Original world. Exactly. Your man so called synthetic world.
Okay.
Tini bibia sesa ewo ho ye ne short na to aso wo ho
enti yesesa ya bosu no free baby a na ye wo ye den akogu baby
because now that is where you are going to eat strange things you are not aware
exactly.
Of because you don't belong there
exactly so ye bibia sesa because now you are moving from who we are to a new place
exactly
so now even our genome have been changed your genetics make up na sesa into one ye hu nipa ye bio ya sesa because of the kind of understanding of even nature asesa
new delivery aba
exactly
new delivery na eba ye no ade anka say ye feeding the weight na onbeye adeko a oye no so wakoto strange land so
exactly
nti onbe feeding with strange things onya aware of nti ni bibia aye ya twa bibi so ne ya sesa bibi a eno na eden no mabo a ho no to aso
yo
se nya sa no waka ho ye no short na wanya tan no mo
eno no nti afi ya migrate ya fi ho abedi baby foforo now ya call 8 na me pesa me ka bibi about the dove now raven medical aka raven as na ka dove na asem na dove no ya si dove no ya suma dove e call asase ne so and also yes symbolic okoye no odikan confess one okoye no ankonya bibia you know saba back and yes was call back bi okoye no konya ahaban bi na say ahaban e fen olive tree na sa code no you can say dove with an olive it has to do with peace so we say dove with an olive it talks about peace and spiritual enlightenment because it's enlightenment no and then they asundwe no ebebasase because when we all become enlightened we all become peaceful there will be peaceful coexistence in na betra asase so nya so jojo enti osoma dove ne koya or the olive ne baaye no enti wu se tete no omka dove a eya na mo wo de ka bibi afa spirituality ho enti na kind the book of the New Testament na we say onyan tama ye boy Yesu Kristo asu no na Abraham might be sunny so it has to do with spirituality. It has nothing to do with physical dove that descended. No. So dove is a symbol of spirituality, sorry. Inti afe flood no abewie yeba ebedu 9 na 9 no bo se okan a say afe the covenant be ebe koso ho. Na yesi nyankopon sa ne pamapam foforo bi. Na adaka ne so no yesi rainbow ebesi adaka ne so o hwe rainbow a ye na nanom ka no nyankonton na kasa ye ka ne nya no twi kasa na ye ka nya has to do with the universal power nya bia no te say nyansa nyankonton nyame nyankopon nya bia edi word bia kan bia has a universal power into ka say onyankopon a we are referring to the universal one, the one and only. And now onyansa so you are talking about sa has to do with the divine intuition into oka nyansa, the universal power within the divine intuition that we give into enuni nyansa into say nyankonton ebi be kata adaka ne so na ye kan nyankonton so you say the colors be nenam you have the 7 colors
talking about chakras
exactly na you ka chakra and also you kasa etymology be tell say the word kra eye kasa ye kan kra means so and cha no so eye ka but ka no so jinama the life the kasa chakra means the life giving soul. That's the meaning of chakra. Into share the colors within the rainbow is the light spectrum, the red, orange, yellow,
you find
green,
all
blue.
of them there.
Exactly. Ni nyina ewo ho. Into share sa adie we ya won say Maame fan called genetics mun so. Biologically, we say the human chromosomes. When you observe under the microscope, you see the colors there. Yes. And now you olive tree na medical kan wasem. Ofa olive so now observe it. So olive is say ebrea. It started with the colors. And so the last color no, will be purple. Into now a bear black. Into we share those color transitions now. You know say everything about the Noah's Ark was talking about the human embodiment. How the human we are. Into so one any benya apam foforo bi. Na we share genetics nine so a normal of man. Into here nine say number bia ekose bia no, which we call the Fibonacci frequency. Number bia
exactly. So it's this.
Exactly.
You know.
It is spiral. Now, oshe number bia I say is spiral. Because be a spiral. Out of the word spiral mono, and the benya spiritual. Into a spiral ritual. Into because be a spiritual. Every human being on earth is supposed to be, is even spiritual. Just that we die in mind and we can't carnal. Into 9 was a covenant between Noah and the new seed who were living there. Into it was expressing the nature of man. Into adaka so no, Americans say adaka no just the human soul, the dwelling place of the human soul, having the nyankunton. The nyankoton, it can be a ton, just a tumia, a control the human vibrations. The light spectrum, electromagnetic spectrum, no? And they control the human vibrations. It is a the whole thing about Noah's Ark and the entire story now. It was talking about we human beings, how the black people we were taken from where we are to a different place. We die in mind. Now we are resurrecting again. That's the Genesis 9. So after the flood, Genesis 6, that's the death. Then the 7, the flood came, everything was destroyed. Now you do 8 now. Now I see the ark. I could see before so visit the Mount Ararat. And also your code. Ararat is not, there's no mountain in physical realm. My friend Ararat. There's a mountain. With me, archaeologically you can discover those ark there. No. Ararat is also a language. Medical as a mountain here, the word Ararat means the higher self, the higher elevated self. That's the meaning. It is you could see mountains where you could see a higher elevated self, so not a mountain in particular. There's no mountain called Ararat in physical realm. I say ark could see so a bit may discover this time. There's nothing like that. Inti they say, oh, there was an ark, and they say archaeology class and discover, but it is not true. I also call Turkey, but it's not true. It's symbolic. Into 9, no, you do 9 after there's a new restoration. That's a new elevation of mind, which needs the rising of the human nature from the lower self to the higher self, which is the higher spirituality. Into the entire Noah story has to do with the fall of man and the rise of man. Into the fall, which is the genetic transmutation, and then the rise, which is the spiritual enlightenment. Into I think this is what I can say about the Noah's Ark and the flood.
Okay. You are watching The Biggest and the Largest. I have just 4 questions for you to answer. But I'm starting from bottom. According to you, Ark no equalande wo bipobiso.
Exactly.
Omo friend say Mount Ararat.
Exactly.
Now, according to you, Mount Ararat nye mountain bi a ewo ho, but ekosi a higher self bi.
Exactly.
Eso.
Exactly.
Can you tell us what that higher self is?
Good. The higher self. Now, don't say you can chakra ho asem. E di be fair. Now, when you take the human head, when you go beyond the human, this level, that's the crown part of the human, that's your topmost part or your elevated part. It is a case bibi akosi bipobi apampemua. It is talking about here, the top of human, which is your head, where your spiritual what the connection is with the universe. Into universe will be there, but it passes through this before it comes down to all other parts of the body. Into that mountain, I say was your head, which is your mind, which is the crown of the mountain, which is your head.
So to you, Ararat is the crown chakra.
Exactly.
To you.
Yes, because code ne woman say. I mean, share code na say. The word ara is ara in Hebrew. You call ra, and I say if you call yenuanom kemeth for na. The word ra means what?
It's God.
Good. Into say kase ara ne say the higher self, and God is here. Who share God? Who call him when? Who share no?
You are watching The Biggest.
Exactly.
I think we've done all these episodes, so you can on time with Maame Grace into be to me abona wash, but me then have a beautiful conversation. Enti Ararat ebusia aya amoyanto ye bo the ade bia me kan ni o. I am actually doing nutrition and longevity, but me the enemy master wo before ndompe any omo life ho. Enti me the a little bit different. And I me ye Quran so. Na me nye no dia mean to me mekan Quran ne pe mean to me read on newspaper and also say me ni omo ehia na omo di nkomo a me ndi what I say and am education background no susa brofo ne nye papa sa enti sese no they introduce baby a metumi nya understanding wo language no any brofo no mu ntem because na me bre then they introduce Latin to me because according to them when you do Latin, translating any other language is very easy. Say me Latin. What you say? Said ya me Hebrew no ma ye Arabic no na ye easy amame. And most of these medical terms no they use Latin. Inti no na say inti me ye Latin say na. Afekra na me getting more frustrated because afe na wo beti brofo ni biase na wate words na wo Bible ni biase na you get angry. Ebi no ka no Ararat, Mount Sinai, Mount Zion ni nyina na ye feel say eye bipo bi a esi ho. But when you come to understand this and you add Hebrew to Latin and la you will get frustrated. Na wonim ni a wo be ka kire before. Nti na me bisa no sa question no nti Ararat na o kire mu no wo 3 faces but ne de no de ama no nti no yemfa eno sa because Ararat no ebi mo nso other source bi so feel say Anunnakis ni bi a omo fa bibifo numum ni bi omo powers no omo de bibifo kosi so said the omo ntumi ndi omo other ayi but ye be ye anu later and ye ni day ti yen to aso nti ono nso ne de na all can like I want when you hear somebody make mention of Ararat maybe person obi en Google no nya other faces because we are learning. He's making a great revelations here. So now on one mayate Ararat no as me say me were just 4 questions for you then we are gone. When we say assembly a woka bia no you refer asem no to the Bible like the God ye friend onyankropon no e wo ye kasam no eno na e Bible no mu. When you translate it and you translate it with the Akan language with Ever language with Ga language you will come to one understanding. It is only when you translate it from the English side na confusion e ye kese because oma personify no What you say? So be okay, be linking it to the Bible.
Yeah.
You are learning, so you know the origin of the Bible, how it got through to us as Africans.
Exactly.
So now that you are talking to us and you pick everything from the Bible and decode them, where do you place the Bible as an African? And know you're one. Two, what do we do with the Bible as an African? Mibisa area two. Impact ben and a Bible no ediabre Africa. Is it good or bad? Okay. If good, how? If bad, how? Explain.
The American say Bible no be a Bible no. Na ye dey answer na be a Bible. That's the first thing. Ye nyina ye nim say Bible no. Ye na nanom tro homa answer na Bible we ba. Na tete no medical bo keme for we come one sem that's a because the ancient Egypt. They were having a lot of books. Even covering science and then even chemistry, and they were having all these books there. Na books we nyina wo ho no. And na yenya nim say ngofo be fa ye no mum. Omo fa no mum wi na omo fa books ni koy. Then omo so koy say omo de omo culture na kochro book no. Ti omo de omo culture na kochro book no. Na esa aba no. Now abe poisonous. The ma Bible no problem ni nyina ewo mu no asem na nkasa potin na ewo ho no omude brofo no choy no because say me culture me de kasem na sa obi so be fa no de ne culture be can the same thing na it changes the everything about the word na say asem no people no nyina asesa because say see no kase me place Bible na I will say it is better we get new faces ombetimi akọ Bible ni mu eyi ensam no as I mentioned the words in the Bible the etymological meanings no ebe tutu every Bible ni mu no mo de etymology na akire because so when ya origin of those words because asem no the kind or the tron or the brofo also have both Latin and Greek in this antisa de na say how do we even explain in Mecca say Bible na da ho no see a person you use many problem with the Bible, but if you have to use the Bible, you person use Bible then we have to recycle go by it. Exactly. You need recycling. Oh yes.
I don't want problem.
Bible in here sorry, in here recycling. Why? Because she say medical can be say you can Yankopon a senior ye fantasy fa na he the Bruni be fantasy fa. Now Bruni be placey yeah fire Yankopon as everything around it with the universal power and everything. But Bruni so Yankopon na ono kano. Ono ba no de Yankopon by in the form of now let me say something. Bruni Yankopon or the buy and so another code or the buy. But people don't know Yankopon or the brain. Now God na the buy is another code. Greater order dominance. God. The word God no the buy they came to dominate the black people. So when they were coming, they came with the God, which is the greater order of dominance. So they not come with brain, senior mechanics, the generative, operative, and the destructive or the degenerative, no, and on the buy. But the dominance aspect, and then our kind Roman for no ekasembi. The word anno dominio, a Latin casa. The word anno dominio is the year of our dominion, but almost say the year of our Lord, and as the year of Jesus Christ. Which is not true. Anno Domino is the year in which we dominated the black people. It has nothing to do with what they call it, Jesus, as they say they are Jesus Christ, or maybe the Jesus Christ is the Jesus Christ, because we know the Romans went to Jesus Christ is them. Inti, the God ne brain, the brain in a what they call it, geopolitical way. The be dominating. Into God in all, but all the God in the Bible has to do with domination, control, overpower them. It's a hierarchy. Mun go control them, mun destroy them. Into now here God Roman for no here ancient Roman what do you call it Kaisers no. Now they refer to them as gods. Yeah, they were gods. Into the word dominio, somebody can canon, or Dieu, French, we can Dieu, or Dios is God. Now the Dios, the Kaisers of that time. Did Jesus meet God? Inti omo the brain some the be homo yen so. But assembly what Bible ni mu yen before no, I will say you go into the etymological background no, near pick information.
And the work can say yen recycle.
Exactly.
First one who my yen would enti omo the buy and say yen recycle now.
Yes, yes, I will accept that.
Before we recycle it, no, whatever the Bible is doing now, is it helping us or it's what?
Okay. I would say making it two sides now. One, I would say it is not helping because one, how ye sifa canon and how I coin sorry more ye de mayeno. And listen near I think ye nyano, ye nyasani nyano. Until me who say MY because you see interpretations are or misinterpretations ne doorso. Until ma say dear in the Bible now make us say MY because share say yes in Yankpon be a bass as human be we are saying it doesn't make sense. Which I know it's not like that. Me will be Zamian because esoterics more make sure say yes sanity.
Yeah.
So
with everything that we have said here now, okay, do you think Africans would like recover like fully?
Yes, I believe in the universal manifestation. You know, the universe has its own manifestation.
The 265 years,
exactly.
I think.
Yeah.
The turning of the zodiac.
Exactly. And even the 144,000 as in the Bible, as it was mentioned in the Bible, 144,000, yes. Even in 144 chakra now, count it, add all the numbers of
now
the chakra.
Now times plus, yeah.
Exactly, yeah, you get the 144,000.
Democrats so done ni say no so ye nipa bi ejina ho. But anu nyame wo ho ebe yi.
Exactly. Into Africa no, yes, we will come again, we will rise again, but me who say it will come as maybe ages near corner. Yeah, time we are here as messiahs. Let me put it that way. Yeah, you has a messiahs. Yeah, custom panel. Into every weba universe nanga sabe manifested because there will be new people. But yeah, you be two and a morning. Yeah, pace setters no. Into yeah, you be two and a morning. But every weba and sacred be beba. Me, I have that belief, and I know Africa will rise again. Our spirituality will come back again, and that's what they know. Our people know. They know that Africa will rise again. Into almost they are putting things together, their technological know-how, and they are so into Africa as we know, and Africa as we are, we will come back again. Our spirituality will come again.
Yeah. I said I will ask you 4 questions. Yeah. That's my third one. My last one. You are watching the biggest and the largest. So based on your explanations, when they say angel,
yeah.
Angel, mihu Baphomet, mihu Buruku, mihu Wei, mihu this, mihu that. From your enlightenment point of view and where you stand right now, and from your own understanding of the words you are picking from the Bible, when somebody say, I saw this, I saw that angel that came and what is your take on that?
Okay. Now, first of all, let's look at the word. Me, I deal with words. Me, if you ask me a question, the first thing I will hit on the word itself. Now, the word angel. Now, if you look at the word angel, is angel. The Canaanite language, El, means strength or power. If you study the Canaanite language, you know El means power. My name is Emmanuel. And if you translate Emmanuel, they will say God with us, right? But the word is God within, God without, God with us. It's everything together. Into L in the angel. Now, the word angel, the ing or the ag, which is the prefix of the word, is from the word Anglo, which is Bruni, white. The Anglos, the Anglo-Saxons of that time. And the L those time, the L of the Canaanite, merge it together to get the angel. So the angel has to do in this. They gave us the concept of angels. So they were the angels into which Roman for and as I call Anglican for sorry. Bon some yes our monument be angel no or if it are na bibini eternity so yes a dominance
Roman school
exactly it's a dominance intermarket God na what buy it was domination Into NGL has to do with the Anglo power, the Anglo dominion. So every L means power or your strength. Into a son, into angel in the white perspective or understanding, no, it's about them. They are the angels.
So if a black man is saying he sees angels and they are flying up and down, bringing a year, what do we tell this person? How do we do this?
I would say, it doesn't make sense, because first thing I would say it doesn't make sense because okay, say well angel or one turbine and we're born now let me decode that. Ocean in turbine wings.
In turbine means speed. A bit taking your time.
Good.
So let's leave it. Makade menkare. What the my enko, like our time is gone.
Okay.
I want you to tell us those who say that I saw some even have conversations with them according to them angels. Okay. And then they came and Baphomet came and Azazel came and this one came. All these names, I'm asking you based on your own knowledge.
Okay.
Are these people there and they got the body and they get the language we are speaking? No. They didn't pass through this portal. No. So when somebody is telling us all these things, dinner and Satan, Lucifer saw them and smiled at them, and how do we, how should people take it? I'm asking you this because you are youth, and the youth are now drinking all sort of things to see these kinds of beings. Okay. So what do you say? Are they there? When they say they saw them, where should we check their heads? How do you put them in 3 minutes? Address this.
Okay, that's it. Those things, I would say that in physical say, but they are. I believe in energies or all. You can invoke an energy which might be from a bit good and all. But as in say in their body form is not true. Now who you see Azazel and those names, Michael and those stuff. Now those Michael, Azazel, and they are all power within human. They are not there selling
no. And bringing monies and all that.
Exactly. Meanwhile, I can possess the Michael spirit. I can possess the Gabriel spirit. The car Gabriel a Hebrew kasa. Into medical el na sem that. Into kasa Gabriel one who have the power to send message or distribute or disseminate information. Into if I have the power to disseminate an information.
So they are not there eating anything.
No.
Okay, so if your advice, I want you to advise, but let it go to the youth who are drinking all sort of things in the name of seeing angels. A lot of people are going mad.
Yeah, it's true.
When you come to my office, sometimes especially the boys.
It's true.
A lot of them are losing their minds because they want to see this entity, they want to see these beings walk on them way, and they just say, yeah. So me person will send a message, across how they should take it. If they say enlightenment, a big crazy main jare, usradia, unye enlightened, just a kai back or that's your name. Near who's away enlightened. So how they should see this kind of beings, the entities they hear, and also how they should see enlightenment. When they say awakening, how they should approach it. For when now boom in 4 minutes, address it. One, who we are for social media handles, ni bibia fatoso.
Okay. Yo. Minuanum, the mechanic say, Senia Yedika can't dano. Seka angels ne Emmanuel ne Edin Gabriel Michael ne sa Edin ne ahodo ne those beings na yebubo undino ye kan eyewo nipa no there are forces within you enye honhom bi eti ba bi a ukọ invoke no abe bibia ma nti ehun hia se wo as a youth wo we wadwen se ukofa concussion bi ana se uko some sigil bi say obe invoke spirit be because sa spirit ni nyina that power you have it who was that to me ni nyina wo mu but you have to enlighten yourself because enlighten yourself me person me say I was say understanding who you are who there we now who send ya obetu wanamo siafa because so who there we are you know say yana nanu jan helps ye de kan ya brabo ho ye de tu anamon edi ya de nyina a eboa yen e we nanom nto nyinaa mu nti meka kyerɛw as a youth ne say ye ni bibi se honhom bi e o ewiase bi na se o ba bi a ye invoke na obeboa yan abrabo na emom no honhom na we invoke no you invoke from your within yourself e was say we work on yourself as a person na wetimi I realize it with dreams nti ye ni honhom bi a oti ba bi a obeboa but eye wo e na wo be den obetutu anamon ye edamase
afa wanye we you enlightenment near awakening no time na so but the first so how they should approach it now we have our social media handles also.
Okay, see a kind of enlightenment and approach and awakening and as awakening so person will approach enlightenment it's so simple. First of all, I also developed the habit of reading. I also read a lot because when you talk about enlightenment it comes with seeking of knowledge. You won't seek knowledge, but you want to be enlightened. No, because enlightened is the working of your pioneer. Say be out, unim diena, and that's when you want to what you a baby. The enlightenment is about seeking of knowledge, researching, and then knowing the truth. And only find enlightenment. Even the Bible said somewhere that maybe people will worship God in spirit and in truth, or the Father in spirit and in truth. It talks about spirituality through research and then learning. Into unsua hwe super so enlightened and I feel so I was said wadwene anyone who be wadwene anywa to accept other dimension of knowledge. Don't be stuck to one your religious belief because your nimdia hodo bebre also seeking ubi then you add it to your life and your friend awakenment and I say enlightenment into munianum mumayen hwe sa aspect no research working so never boy nyina medamase
social media handles
yo midini ye Emmanuel into call Facebook Instagram baby no Emmanuel midino Emmanuel send your canon na but media na I mean so e no cause Emmanuel nti ukwa na boy Emmanuel a obenyame medamase
yo nti how do you see Revelation show? In fact all the shows that runs on this platform,
it's so powerful. It's a powerful show because Maame can be about wedding cry simple as seminar now kind the other time. No? I was amazed with it. I was following the whole content. It got to a point that I asked myself, so you mentioned cremo, so you're expressing your pains, why we are using those words. Cremo the other. But do you know even they are still translating to the Mohammedans? Baby, am I translating Mohammedans? It doesn't make sense.
I mean, person me don't want to be come.
It doesn't make sense because enye kremo yana nanu an kakasa bi etisa
mate yo abusia but thank you so much for coming abusia mo my fan in bra life now on be answer question because me want more questions to ask him but your time no aye due abusia say we so for wo hu na me your problem do you mind saying your age here?
No,
you mind. But would you my rough na me fan kan asem.
Okay, let me give you a range.
That's it.
I'm between 34 and then 39.
Okay, yeah. Me no problem because me ma gbo awie. You see what is coming? Me I'm not your enemy.
Exactly.
Me no. Me dey no I'm say me ko. We mu na eba no. These people will kill fear and they will get through to you, the pastors. So sit there and be sending people to go and kill people because your time is coming. Knowledge no about peso. Na bo peso a enini bebie. No be ewukura otumi nyane fam. Nti se bibi wo honom a I feel that you people should rather go back a bit and recycle the Bible because the new Bible is coming soon. Because someone who said there ewo hono se ntumi imbalance nkrofo na adwene. Ti ebi beba to aso me de kakra me wo na maka edi akire mo no kola na isua de ebi niye mo yen fa ne bra life na mo bisa no questions because me questions na answer but they me wona maka akire mo yegusu isua de den de isua me wie latin na de eba na ti sei makra mo